Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, KSAMC takes action to recover outstanding fees from car dealerships. The Revenue Department of the Kingston and the St. Andrew Municipal Corporation has started sending letters to car dealerships across the municipality in an effort to recover outstanding fees for signage and advertisements. Addressing Tuesday's meeting of the KSAMC, Mayor of Kingston, Councillor Andrew Swaby, said 188 letters were printed for dispatch, with the billing applied retroactively for several years, adding that this is in line with the legal framework for collection. So far, we have been able to deliver 89 of those letters, accounting for approximately $5.79 million in revenue bill. Invoices have already been issued to these dealerships, and our team is actively following up to encourage a payment, the mayor said. As of July 4, 2025, 15 businesses, roughly 11.4%, have made a payment amounting to close to $800,000. We are also making efforts to track down businesses that have relocated. We want to ensure that they are held accountable for what is owed to the KSAMC, he added. He said the compliance unit will continue to pursue the outstanding amounts to ensure full compliance. This exercise is not just about collecting money, it's about collecting well-needed resources which are required to fund the operations to ensure that the municipality is managed in the way that it should. Part of the outstanding funds will be used to replace missing and damaged street signs across Kingston and St. Andrew, the mayor said. He pointed out that these signs are critical as they help people to find their way, guide emergency services, and keep the roads organized and safe. Labor Ministry intervenes in dispute involving restive ambulance drivers. The Ministry of Labor has intervened in the dispute involving ambulance drivers at the Southeast Regional Health Authority. The drivers, attached to the Kingston and the St. Andrew Health Department, continued their protest action for a second day on Tuesday. The employees are protesting against the non-payment of overtime and retroactive payments due last month. The sick-out came in response to an apparent missed July 4 deadline given by the department. The drivers are represented by the Jamaica Association of Local Government Officers. JALGO General Secretary Helen Davis White told the news that she expects a resolution to the dispute on Wednesday.
The Ministry of Labour has scheduled a meeting for tomorrow morning in an effort to settle the dispute between the drivers in the Kingston and St. Andrew Health Department and the management of the health department. The issues in dispute are the non-payment of retroactive increments, undue delay in the payment of overtime, and an upgrade of drivers in the system. The meeting will proceed, and we expect that we will have a resolution at the end of the meeting, and that the members will report for duty and that normalcy will be restored in the department as of tomorrow morning.
U.S. airports end the shoe removal requirement during TSA screening. U.S. airports will no longer require passengers to remove their shoes during security screenings run by the Transportation Security Administration, kicking out the unpopular policy after 2 decades. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem said the change was in effect immediately for airports across the U.S., though a multi-layered screening process would remain in place. Passengers must still remove belts and coats and take laptops and liquids out of bags, but those rules are also under review, Noem said. The requirement for airline passengers to take off shoes for screenings had been in effect nationwide since 2006 after a British man hid a bomb in one of his shoes on a flight to Miami. Police search for alleged gunman after fatal shooting in St. Catherine. Police in the St. Catherine North Division are searching for a man who allegedly shot and killed an unidentified man in Greendale, Spanish Town on Monday. The victim is believed to be in his late 40s, approximately 6 feet 2 inches tall, of brown complexion, and was wearing jeans and a white t-shirt at the time of the incident. Reports are that around 11:55 a.m., the man was standing outside a wholesale store along the roadway when he was approached by a man armed with a handgun. The assailant reportedly brandished the weapon and shot the victim in the head before fleeing the scene on foot. The police were alerted and the injured man was taken to the Spanish Town Hospital where he was pronounced dead. The motive for the attack has not yet been established. Detectives from the Spanish Town Criminal Investigation Branch are investigating the incident. Jones wants the cops to tackle reckless drivers like criminals. Dr. Lucien Jones, the vice chairman of the National Road Safety Council, wants the police to treat reckless drivers with the same urgency and seriousness as violent criminals. Speaking against the background of Sunday morning's crash along the Salt Marsh Main Road in Trelawney, which claimed the lives of 5 partygoers who were traveling from Spanish Town, St. Catherine to a party in Hanover, and for which the police blamed speeding, Jones said the time to get tough is now. This accident brings into sharp focus the need for the entire country to be mobilized to deal with this serious national problem. 194 persons have now died on our roads since the start of 2025, which is 4%, just 4%, less than the 203 for last year, said Jones. So not only once again has the nation been plunged into grief, but even more importantly, even more intimately, many communities, are now in grieving because of this crash. There are basically 3 things that we can do to make sure that people slow down. One is public education, the other one is training, and the third one is sanctions, continued Jones. By far, the most important one is sanctions. Sanctions that when you go above the speed limit, you get a ticket and pay a hefty fine. If it attracts demerit points, then you can stand to lose your license or have your license suspended at the very least. In actively dealing with all the 3 listed errors simultaneously, Jones said special attention should be paid to people driving under the influence of alcohol. We need to deal with all 3 issues concurrently, but the most important one is sanctions. When drivers go on the road, they need to understand very clearly that if they drive above the speed limit, there are consequences, and the consequences will be swift, and the consequences will be harsh, noted Jones. You don't want to wait until somebody is injured or somebody has died for that to have any effect on anybody at all. As it relates to the speed vaccine advanced by the WHO, Jones said that if a way could be found to properly use that approach, it could go a long way in addressing the problem. Is there a way we can use the speed vaccine to effect the same kind of dramatic decline in murder, the 40% drop that the police have been able to do since the start of the year? The answer is yes, said Jones. If we focus, upgrade, improve efficiency of the breathalyzer system, the demerit point system, the use of cameras to detect and to send out a ticket, the use of detecting average speed over distance, and all the equipment that the police have to detect the speed in, then we can make a difference, a big difference. So we wait and see for these measures to be implemented and for the improvements to take place, he said. Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.